Algorand was chosen as the official blockchain partner of FIFA as the World Cup commences. What is it and why was it chosen? We'll take a deep dive as we kick off today's news. Grayscale, the largest Bitcoin investment trust, is trading at a near 50% discount as investors get jitters. Does this spell more doom and gloom for crypto? Hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. Nayib Bukele, president of El Salvador, has announced the country will buy 1 Bitcoin per day. El Salvador of Central America was the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender in June last year, bringing its recognition on par with the US dollar in the country. Since then, there has been a substantial amount of Bitcoin-related investment in the country, including plans to build a Bitcoin city at the base of a volcano. This is interesting news off the back of the recent story we covered that Twitter influencers like Elon Musk have a lot of power to influence the crypto markets with what they say. It really highlights the point that there is a dichotomy between the technical attributes that make a blockchain successful, like the trilemma of scalability, security, and decentralization, and the social story that follows the technology. The fact that Bitcoin was a first mover and has been around the longest is a big deal. Part of what makes Bitcoin valuable is that people with skin in the game announce their affinity for it. They have the influence to calm people's nerves during uncertain times. Most people don't actually know how the technology works at a deep level. The willing affiliation of people with wealth and influence goes a long way. I think we're going to see a lot more of this as crypto culture develops, due to the fact that it doesn't have its roots in national sovereignty and the historical context of war and conquest. It's a global technology that hasn't been imposed on anyone, therefore its value is more about a genuine desire for it to be valuable. Do you want it to be valuable? Elon says yes. Nayib also says yes. Earlier this year, Algorand became the official blockchain partner of FIFA. Holders of the Algo cryptocurrency are waiting to see if the commencement of the World Cup will yield fruits. In a statement released with the announcement, the football governing body stated, as part of the agreement, Algorand will also assist FIFA in further developing its digital asset strategy, while FIFA will provide sponsorship assets, including advertisement, media exposure, and promotional opportunities. Algorand was founded in 2017 by team lead Silvio Micali, a computer scientist and MIT professor. He's received the Turing Award for cryptography, which is like a Nobel Prize for computer science, so it's a pretty big deal. Here's a short breakdown of some of Algorand's tokenomics. It's a cryptocurrency designed to solve the blockchain trilemma of achieving scalability, security, and decentralization. Silvio claims that Bitcoin doesn't sufficiently solve the trilemma because its mining has a tendency towards centralization to a few powerful mining players. At the end of the day, most of the blocks are mined by a few big players. It's similar to Ethereum in that it has dApps on the platform, decentralized apps. It processes about 1,000 transactions per second and finalizes in about 5 seconds. It uses a pure proof-of-stake mechanism, a little bit different to regular proof of stake. Pure proof of stake doesn't require the typical case where you stake your coins in order to receive the reward. All algo holders receive stake just by holding the coins. I don't think this is a great idea in terms of tokenomics because the locking of the coins is actually the sacrifice holders are making in order to receive the award. Without that mechanism, the system is kind of ripe for exploitation. A reward mechanism needs to be attached to a proportionate sacrifice in order to build value into the system. Otherwise, it just gives the illusion of value and it doesn't actually hold long-term sustainability. Algorand is also carbon negative. It uses proof of stake, so its emissions are super low compared to proof of work. Also, Algorand Incorporated Corporation donates to the Climate Trade Company, which creates a solution to offset carbon emissions. It's a good advertising idea given the media image around Bitcoin mining not being good for the environment. We'll have to wait and see what effect it has on the price of Algo as the cup commences. What do you think? Is the Algorand project going to be successful as a blockchain project in the space? Do they have a good solution to the environmental problem of cryptocurrency? Leave a comment below, I'm keen to hear what you think. Greyscale's Bitcoin trust hits record low 43% discount after the FTX crisis. Greyscale is the largest Bitcoin trust of its kind. It's the ETF equivalent of buying Bitcoin for traditional investors who have no real appetite for using crypto technology but want to get in on crypto investing. Buying Bitcoin through the Greyscale shares on the stock market is a portal for a lot of old money to get into crypto. There's usually a bit of discrepancy between the Bitcoin price and the shares in Greyscale, but recently the gap has widened to almost 50%, which is really unhealthy. Greyscale, like Genesis Capital, is owned by Barry Silbert's digital currency group. It's been reported that Genesis issues have also progressed. Coinbriefing shared they were looking for $1 billion from investors to avoid a liquidity crunch before withdrawals were halted on their platform last week. However, Genesis has denied the report and insists that discussions with investors are positive. Grayscale has stated that due to scarcity concern, they will not be sharing proof of reserves publicly. This could be one of the reasons for the significant discount in its shares. There are certainly pros and cons to sharing proof of reserves, but I think given the current uncertainty, where it's possible, businesses really need to reveal some transparency. Hit the like button if you haven't already and subscribe for more daily crypto news. That's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.